Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I've been MIA for a while, but I've been ill, okay, but I'm back. Today I'm back at it with some books, that have really helped me heal, like early neglect, bullying, whatever it is you've been through as a child. These books will help you, come back from that. Now, book number one is going to be this one is, as you can see, Adult Children of Immature Parents, How to Heal from Distance, Rejecting and Self-Involved Parent. And I really like this book because, when you are a survivor of trauma, sometimes you can feel like, if you have suffered from poor parenting, if your parent were not able to love you in the way that you wanted to be loved and be emotionally there for you like every parent should be for a child, it can make you feel, as if at your core something was inherently wrong with you, something was unlovable about you. And this book help you understand that, the reason your parents were not able to be for you whatever you need is on them, right? Like, most likely themselves, they are, survivor of trauma. They had, parents that were not emotionally available, and voila, they just repeating the cycle. They say it takes like 3 generation of trauma. Trauma is generational, and they say it takes 3 generational for some 3 generations rather, sorry, for someone to want to heal. So just understand that, if you had neglectful parents, that it's not about you. It's never been about you, it's been about them all along. So do not, whatever you do not internalize your parents' incapacity to be emotionally present for you as something, as the proof that something is defective with you. Now, the second book that really helped me is When I Say No, I Feel Guilty. Now, again, if you are a trauma survivor, you are going to have a hard time. Many trauma survivors end up being people pleasers, so it is kind of difficult to say no, because as a child you had to mold and adapt yourself to the situation that you were in, and kind of like please and do stuff that you didn't want to do, and agree to stuff that you didn't want to agree to, just in order to keep the peace, in order to avoid being beaten or even worse. So these books helps you understand that you get to say no, that you can have it back, and that at the end of the day, I say this all the time, if you say no to a so-called I'm gonna say so-called here, so-called friend or family member, and they're big mad after you done them 99 favors, it just means that that they were just using you. It was never about genuine love and care that they have for you, which then they are not a loss. It's a really good book. Now, I have a criticism of this book, is that I find it to be kind of very male identified. I mean, it was written by a man, and I find him to be quite patriarchal in some chapitre. So that is the one criticism I have of it. But then again, it is a pretty old book, so yeah, but it is good. If you finally learn how to say no, you can watch my How to Say No video. This book is gonna help you do that for sure. Now, another book that really, this, you guys, this right here, okay, this is my Bible. Okay, people who know me, my friend Emily, know I talk about this book all the time, and anyone who knows me know I swear by this. Okay, it's The Body Keep the Score by Professor Bessel van der Kolk, and it is everything. Okay, this right here, this is the Bible of every trauma survivor, or should be. Okay, I feel every trauma survivor should read this book. Now, this is a book that is difficult to read, I'm not gonna lie. There are a lot of like technical terms in it. It is a book that usually mental health professionals and therapists read, so it is not an easy read, I'm not gonna lie. But if you're just trying to understand yourself, understand what you've been through, understand why you sometimes procrastinate so much, and why you have anger management issues, and why you come across as lazy, and why you do the things that you do and say the things that you say, this book right here is the truth. Okay, it's gonna help you understand help you understand that that trauma has literally changed the components of your brain and even of your body. That trauma gets trapped. It has been now proven that trauma gets trapped in the body and stays in it. So this book right here is the truth. Okay, this is the Bible. Okay. Now, another book that I read is the highly sensitive person. Now obviously this is in French, it says hypersensible because I read it in French, but this is like the highly sensitive person by Elena Rohn. You can find it on English on Amazon, I'm sure, in English on Amazon, I'm sure. And you know, this is, if you are a highly sensitive person, this book is really going to help you understand yourself. Now obviously sensibility is often seen in a society that we live in as a weakness, so but this book helps you understand that, you know, being that it's kind of a superpower, you know, that being someone who is highly sensitive is more like a superpower. You're really in tune with other people, like how you can have a tremendous amount of empathy for others. You can kind of guesstimate, you know, the moods of other people and work around that, and you know, kind of guesstimate the stuff that people are not saying, and or why people say the stuff that they say and why they do the stuff that they do. So hypersensitivity is a gift if you have been gifted with that, you know, and been seeing it as a weakness. And you know, if you're always crying like me and people are saying, oh, why are you always crying, why are you so sensitive, and then you know, they made you feel like kind of insecure about the fact that you're crying all the time and stuff, then I highly recommend and advise to get this book. It's called The Highly Sensitive Person by Elena and Aron, and it is really good. Now this is not necessarily, I'm sorry, I'm out of focus, like a trauma book per se. Is the subtitle are not giving an F clearly. It's not necessarily like, I guess, trauma, but I still wanted to include it here because it was a really good read. Now I found this book to be how can I put that, I mean, it was a good read. It was an easy read, right? If you're not someone who likes to read, someone who reads a lot of books, this is the book for you. It was kind of easy to read, but at the same token, I didn't find that, you know, I closed this book really stopping, like I didn't feel like he said, you know, I mean, or as I was purchasing this book, I was thinking, okay, in this book there is like tangible solutions for not caring about, you know, what other people think and say anymore. But for me personally, that's not necessarily what I got out of this book. But it was still a good read. Basically, he's just saying that, you know, in life there are always going to be problems, and that even if you solve those, other problems are going to come, so you should not care. But I mean, it wasn't okay read. It was an easy read, but I didn't find that personally it was a book that really, you know, advertised, or did rather, sorry, what it was advertising. Now there are so many more books that I could include in here, and I can do a part 2 if you guys are interested about other books that I read in order, you know, to come back from early neglect, bullying, and yada and blase blah. But I'm gonna end this one here. If you made it to the end of this video, I'm grateful and appreciative of you. Please do not forget to like and comment, you know, let me know in the comment section down below, you know, what are the books that you read, and you know, if you can recommend any. I'm always looking for new books to read. And you know, are you gonna pick up any of these books? Are you gonna read any of them? Let me know in the comment section down below. And also do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload videos regularly on YouTube about mainly self-love, self-care, trauma, healing from childhood trauma, early neglect, and you know, stuff like that. I will be looking forward to talking to you guys, as I always do, very soon. Bye guys.